If you're thinking of moving to Nashville, this is the video for you. Let's go. Hey, I'm Susan, and here on this show we talk about all things about moving to and living in the Nashville, Tennessee area. Now, I'm also a native Nashvillian, so I know a thing or two about Nashville. Lived here all my life, raised my children here. But I've also, as a realtor, a lifelong realtor and retired general contractor, worked with so many families, especially in the last 2 or 3 years, who are moving here from other states, other areas of the country, and they have so many questions. It would be a daunting task for me to just throw a dart at a place maybe in Colorado and decide what would be the best place for me. Is it Golden, or is it Arvada, or is it, there's a lot of places. So here on the show, what we do is we talk about all things moving to living in Nashville. We talk about schools. We talk about how to find some information that you might want on crime. We talk about the weather. We talk about all the things that you need to know to determine whether living in Middle Tennessee or Tennessee in general is a good fit for you. So as I mentioned, so many people are finding Tennessee as a great place to live. It's almost been a well-kept secret until very recent years. And COVID, I believe, really made a lot of people take a look at wanting to get out of where they lived and start searching far and wide for the best place for their families. I'm finding people moved here. We've helped hundreds of families move here in the last decade, but in the last dozens of families, what I'm hearing repeatedly is people want either 4 seasons. They can now work from home. They can now work remotely. And so when that happened, they started searching even more. I can go anywhere. Where would I want to be? Where's my dream place? I'm finding so many wanted to either follow a relative, be closer to relatives. They wanted 4 seasons maybe. Maybe they're coming from Arizona that doesn't have the 4 seasons. I'm not picking on Arizona, but it's just a change of life. They're wanting the change of scenery. I find so many people who are younger, 20s, 30s, 40s, who've moved here, begin raising their families, and their parents want to be here to be near their grandchildren. Finding older people, retirement age, want to be here because of our tax situation, but to not be taxed on retirement income. So there are so many reasons that people are looking to move to Nashville. Here on the show, we want to talk about helping you determine the perfect place for you in Tennessee, if Tennessee is the right place for you. Now, I want to tell you, this isn't just a realtor telling you that Tennessee is hot. As a matter of fact, in the last couple years, you can't even flip open a national magazine to not find Tennessee in some type of best of list. I've just recently seen some data showing that Tennessee in 2024 is within the top 7 of top 10 states with the most pent-up demand for people to move. In 2022, Tennessee was ranked number 8 state of the country that people migrated to. So we've experienced a lot of growth. We've experienced a lot of changes. And one of those big changes is we are no longer, when I was growing up, we were a mid-tier city. We were kind of unknown to most people. If you thought of Nashville, you thought of only country music. You didn't really think of anything else, and people felt like we were country bumpkins. One of my sisters married someone from New York, and they were really shocked to see that we came up from the barn, but we still had shoes on. We did have teeth that weren't blacked out. Now, part of that is, I don't know if you remember watching the Hee Haw TV show, but that was kind of everybody's thought of what Nashville and Tennessee in particular was like in the 80s and 90s. Well, we've grown up quite a bit. And now that we're on all those top 10 lists, we are quite a bit more suburban than people think of. Now, don't get me wrong. We have many, many rural areas. So you can be as off the grid as you want to be. Truly. Within an hour and a half of Nashville, you can be so off the grid that you can't be found, if that's for you. But we also have Nashville, which is, as I say, a top 10 final destination for so many reasons. This video is going to be actually first in a series of videos that I'm going to do about exploring Nashville, getting to know Nashville from all the areas that we can know of. We're going to look at it for basic criteria. We're going to look at all of these areas using the same 4 basic criterion to help you judge what might be best for you. Why do I think that's important? Because as I said, I've helped dozens of families move to Tennessee in the last several years. And what I find is most have done so much of their work online, they think they actually already know where they want to live. But once we start talking about many different things, being what do they enjoy doing? Do they have children? Is the school system important to them? Is healthcare important to them as far as do they have some specialized needs that they need to get to certain places? What do they enjoy doing in their free time? Where is work? What kind of commute time do they want? So many nuances. When you see that the median home price in Nashville is about $418,000, I believe it is as of today. The median home price is $418,000, and you hear that Williamson County has the best school system possible, and you come maybe from an area where 1,200 square foot will cost you $1.2 million. Sorry, California, not picking on you. You might believe, I've had many people believe that they can come here, find a 4-bedroom house that's quite a bit larger at $1.2 million in Williamson County, right there in the very best public school system district there is, and that's not possible. So to fall in love with an area and really hone into that without knowing the nuances of each area, it lets people in for a lot of heartache and maybe let down, but I'm here to help you with that. So the cost may be in median price home in Nashville, and that's encompassing the entire 8-county MSA. Nashville is an 8-county metropolitan statistical area, consisting of approximately, I think, 2.2 million people. But when you look at Davidson County, which is where this capital is, the state capital, Nashville, when you look just here at Davidson County, we're at about 800,000, but the median price point is far higher than the whole MSA median price point. Then would you look at some of the surrounding counties that are close? No, it's part of a 8, and actually they've included it now because of growth. They've included our MSA to being more of a 13 county because there's so much growth, because there's so many people trying to move here, because that's where the new construction can go further and further out away from Nashville area. It's really combined, ends up being now a 13 county SMSA. So with that in mind, I can promise you Putnam County is nowhere nearly looking the same as living in Williamson County. And Williamson County is not even close to looking at the way you would live and what the scenery is going to be in Hendersonville and Sumner County. So that's what I'm here to help you hone in on some of those details. We're going to do that here on these videos by sharing with you a lot of maps to show you each area. I also want to talk about each criterion when we talk about these areas in this series. We're going to talk about the basic criterion in every one so you can make some decisions to hear what might be the best for you. In this series, we're going to compare the county exactly the same in every video. We're going to look at the proximity. Maybe if we're in Davidson County, we're going to look at the proximity to downtown Nashville. We're going to look at the proximity to the things you might want to do downtown. Maybe it's a football game, maybe it's soccer, maybe it's the Skirmer for Symphony, maybe it is all the things that people like to do in downtown Nashville. It also might be how far is it going to be of a drive if you're a lake lover, but you happen to live in Davidson County. How far is it going to take you, or how long is it going to take you to get to Mount Juliet or the airport or over to Old Hickory Lake in Hendersonville? Next, we're going to take a look at the styles that you'll find, the styles of home that you might find in each area. We're going to look at the style of home that you might find in different neighborhoods in Nashville itself. Maybe over in the East Bank versus up down in Belmead versus over in toward Cheatham County on the west side of the county. We're going to look at the style of homes that you might find and the lot sizes that you might find in each area. We're also going to look at the median prices of homes in each area. Now again, if I just did Davidson County, we could do 15 different videos about different neighborhoods and suburbs of Davidson County alone. So still, this is going to be very much of an overview of each county that we look at in this series. None of them is going to be definitive because that's just, you can't watch me that long and Believe it or not, I can't talk that long. But it does give you a place to begin. So when we talk about median price of homes in Davidson County, I'll tell you what that is. But I'll also show you different areas of Davidson County where it's going to be quite different as a median. So that should help you in determining, yes, maybe I want to live in Davidson County because I do want to be close into downtown. I want a 20-minute drive max, whatever. But it may help you in talking about the medians to realize Bellevue might be the perfect place for you, or over in the Jolton area might be the perfect place for you. Belmead may not be the perfect place for you. The video on Davidson County will help you discern that. Now, as I mentioned, Davidson County is the county seat of Middle Tennessee, of Nashville. So series, we're going to look at the 4 major counties around us that most people call and ask me about. But as I do this series, I would love your comments. Please ask questions. And if enough people are asking me questions about living, say, in Maury County in Columbia, or Maury County or Columbia, or areas that are not within these counties that I'm talking about, I can add it to the series. There's no end to the amount of information that I've got to give to you. But the 4 counties we're going to take a look at is Davidson County, which is the county seat of Nashville. Next county we'll look at is Williamson County. Williamson County is just south of Nashville. It is where you might have heard of some other towns called Brentwood, which is right over the county line, or Franklin, Spring Hill, Thompson Station, Nolensville, or Fairview. Those are the main towns in that area. As again, we're going to talk about the same 4 basic criterion, but of each county. We're also going to go look over at Wilson County. I'm getting a lot of people who want to be over close to the airport, close into town, a better median price point of homes, lots of new construction choices. That's over in Wilson County. That will be another county we take a look at. Then I think what we'll do is go over to Sumner County. Sumner County is where Hendersonville is. Hendersonville is on Old Hickory Lake. Hendersonville is a little bit northwest of Nashville as you look at it. Again, I could go into 13 counties, but I think these 4 will give you a good description of what you can find. What's the most important thing for you is to feel comfortable enough to reach out to me, give me a call, do what so many have other done have said, look, okay, you got some great information, but I've got some real specifics, and I want to know what the best place for me, for my family is. How do we plan? How do we get a strategy? And that's where you and I need to have a private conversation to strategize the perfect plan for you and the perfect area for you. If you just want a good overview, then I suggest go ahead and subscribe to the show. Don't miss a thing every single week. Next week, we're going to talk about Davidson County, proximity to certain things, size, style, and costs. Then we'll go over to the other counties. Don't forget to tap the bell so that you are notified every time that new video drops. And I look forward to talking to you.